That strange clicking, chattering sound your cat makes when it's staring out the window at a bird? It's not a meow. It's not a purr. It's something else entirely. It's this weird, almost mechanical little noise that seems to bubble up from deep inside them. What is that? Why do our sweet, sleepy little house panthers suddenly turn into these vibrating, chattering creatures at the sight of a little finch on a branch? You know, for years, we've just sort of accepted it as one of those weird cat things. But what if I told you that sound is a direct line into your cat's primal brain, a window into the soul of a predator? Today, we're going to decode that chirp, because the answer is a fascinating mix of instinct, frustration, and a behavior so deeply ingrained it survived thousands of years of domestication. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll never look at your cat or hear that sound the same way again. The hunter's twitch. All right, so let's get right to the heart of it. The most widely accepted theory behind the chirp is that it's all about the hunt. I mean, let's be real. Your cat, whether it's a fluffy Persian or a sleek Siamese, is a predator. A tiny, adorable apex predator that we just happen to let sleep on our beds. Inside that cute little head is the software of a hunter, refined over millennia. When they see a bird or a squirrel, that software boots up. The chirp, or what scientists often call chattering or twittering, is believed to be a reflex. It's an echo of the final, fatal move of a hunt. Here's what matters. When a cat catches its prey, especially something small and fast like a bird or a rodent, it delivers a very specific, very precise bite to the neck. This kill bite is designed to sever the spinal cord, and it involves a rapid-fire vibration of the jaw. This motion ensures a quick, efficient kill. So, when your cat is sitting at the window, safe and sound, and sees that bird, its body goes into autopilot. The eyes lock on, the tail starts to twitch, and the brain sends the signal, prey. But it can't complete the sequence. It can't pounce, it can't chase, and it certainly can't deliver that bite. So what happens? The instinct is so powerful that it has to go somewhere. The jaw starts to chatter, mimicking that killing bite. It's like a neurological misfire. The command is sent, but the action can't be completed. That chirp you're hearing? Well, it's the sound of your cat's brain practicing the final deadly moment of the hunt. It's an involuntary muscular spasm born from pure, unadulterated predatory instinct. A little creepy, right? But also pretty amazing.
The sound of frustration. Now, let's add another layer to this, because instinct is powerful, but so is emotion. And one of the key emotions your cat is likely feeling in that moment is pure, unfiltered frustration. Think about it from their perspective. You are a finely tuned hunting machine. Every fiber of your being is screaming at you to launch yourself at that delicious little snack flitting just outside the glass. You can see it, you can practically taste it, but you can't get to it. There's this invisible wall in the way. That chattering sound could be the audible manifestation of that frustration. It's a pressure valve releasing all that pent-up energy. You know when you're trying to open a stubborn jar and you kind of groan and grunt with the effort? It's not that different. The cat's body is primed for an explosion of activity, a leap, a chase, a pounce, but it's all blocked. So instead of a physical explosion, you get a vocal one, a staccato burst of clicks and chirps. It's a darn it in cat language, so close, yet so far. Some behaviorists believe it's a displacement behavior. When an animal is conflicted between two drives, in this case the drive to hunt and the impossibility of doing so, it performs a third, seemingly unrelated action. The chirping is that action. So, is it the kill-bite reflex or is it frustration? Well, why not both? The two ideas aren't mutually exclusive. In fact, they probably feed into each other. The instinct fires up the kill-bite reflex, and the frustration of being unable to follow through amplifies it, turning it into that chattering sound we all know. It's a cocktail of instinct and emotion, served behind a pane of glass.
A devious disguise? Okay, this next idea sounds like something out of a spy movie, but hear me out. What if the chirp isn't just a reflex or a sound of frustration? What if it's a tool? What if your cat is trying to talk to the birds? I know, it sounds a little crazy, but some researchers have floated the idea that cats might be mimicking the sounds of their prey to lure them in. This is called aggressive mimicry, and it's a known strategy in the animal kingdom. The alligator snapping turtle uses a worm-like lure on its tongue to attract fish, for example. The theory here is that the cat's chirp might sound vaguely like a baby bird's call or some other sound that would pique a bird's curiosity and make it move closer. Or perhaps it's meant to mimic the call of a large insect which birds prey on. The idea here is to disarm the prey, to make it think the sound is non-threatening or even interesting. What's that weird noise? I should go check it out. Famous last words for a sparrow. Now, let me explain. The evidence for this is a bit more, let's say, speculative. It's a very difficult thing to prove. Do cats that chirp actually have a higher success rate when hunting? We don't really have the data. However, a study in the Amazon rainforest observed wildcats, specifically margays, mimicking the calls of baby pied tamarin monkeys to try and lure the adult monkeys. It worked. The monkeys came to investigate the sound of what they thought was one of their own in distress. So the idea of a feline using vocal mimicry to hunt isn't completely out of left field.
Born or taught?
So we have these competing and maybe complementary ideas. It's instinct, it's frustration, it's a clever lure. This brings up another question. Is this behavior hardwired or is it learned? Does a kitten raised in total isolation who has never seen another cat or a bird still do it? For the most part, the answer seems to be yes. The chattering reflex appears to be innate. It's part of the basic operating system of being a cat. A mother cat doesn't need to sit her kittens down and say, "Okay, class, today's lesson is on how to chatter at birds through the window." They just do it. It's as natural to them as purring. However, social learning can definitely play a role in refining it. A kitten watching its mother chatter at a bird might learn to associate that specific situation with that specific sound. They might learn when to do it with more precision. They might even pick up on the intensity of the mother's focus and learn that birds are a particularly exciting type of prey. Think of it like this. A human baby is born with the ability to cry. That's an instinct. But over time, they learn to use different cries to communicate different things. Hunger, pain, a need for attention. The basic tool is innate, but its application is refined through experience and observation. It's like the same with cat chirping. The root of the behavior, that jaw-quivering reflex, is pure instinct. But the context, the frequency, the intensity, that might be shaped by what they see other cats do. It's another example of that beautiful dance between nature and nurture that defines so much of animal behavior, including that of the little predator living in your house.
The final verdict on the chirp. So after all this, why do cats chirp at birds? What is that weird sound? The truth is, it's probably not just one thing. It's a complex and layered behavior. A perfect storm of different factors all coming together in one moment of intense focus at the window. So the next time you see your cat locked in, staring out the window, making that strange little sound, don't just dismiss it as a weird quirk. Stop and watch. You're getting a rare and fascinating glimpse into the mind of a predator. You're seeing thousands of years of evolutionary software running on the hardware you call a pet. You're hearing a symphony of instinct, emotion, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of devious intelligence.